Hello and welcome back to the slightly quieter What is K-pop podcast, where in which I talk through all things K-pop. I tell you the group members' names, their ages, their place of birth, usually a fun fact. I also just generally talk about my life. And every month I sit down and I just discuss everything that's kind of been going on in the month and I just have a little bit of fun, all about fun here at the What is K-pop podcast. So the reason why we are talking a little bit quieter is because I'm in the dining room today, and the cats are just kind of having a nice little rest on the futon. And quite honestly, it's far too hot in the rest of the house to record, and I want to be comfy. So this is kind of what we're going to be dealing with today. So quick little background on what I specifically kind of track throughout the month if you are curious as to why I don't talk about certain things. I don't track wins. I don't track, like, on Koreaboo they often talk about just all sorts of things. I don't talk about that sort of stuff. So I don't personally talk about anyone who's passed away, who is having a wedding, company changes / contract renewals, ambassadorships, donations, or philanthropic kind of things. Comeback announcements, group additions, removals or hiatuses, group debuts / disbandments, appearances, tours, fan meeting announcements, military service, any legal action, and this month specifically because I thought, you never know how much information you're going to get. I put New Jeans, Kim Soo Hyun, Taeil, and then I just have other, which is like things that I don't really know if they really have a place, but I have made like an other section for all of those things. So yeah, first of all, we're going to start with people who have sadly passed away in the past month. Rapper Noel, his father was found dead after accusations of sexual assault, and the accuser did cancel the press conference. I do just want to say that I don't know much about the case and I'm not going to personally comment on whether or not anything happened, nor do I feel like it's appropriate for anyone to kind of question that sort of stuff. So I hope that whoever it was, they are able to find healing and that justice is able to be served in any way, even though that the person unfortunately isn't here with us anymore and can't really face the repercussions if it is that person's father. Kim Gook Jin, who, I mean, granted, I really did, because this all happened towards the start of the month, so I don't actually remember. Kim Gook Jin, I'm gonna guess an actor. I'm doing that, just quick side tangent. I just went to my support group and we had lasagna, garlic bread, because they love garlic bread over there, and crumble for our lunch, and I am stuffed at this current moment in time, and it was very, very good. We're having sausages, sausage rolls, sandwiches, like picnic food for our dinner tonight, so it won't be too bad. So Kim Gook Jin, he is I believe, a current host of NBC's Radio Star, appeared on Reply 1987, Hilarious Housewives, I Really, Really Like You, was a cast member on Let's Eat Go, and is a stand-up comedian and presenter. Also, if you can hear something in the background, my cats are snoring. Maybe they're trying to be like, stop talking, Sophie. So I'm like, yeah, fair enough. To be fair, I am talking. A father might have said, no, I'm not laughing, but might have committed homicide against his entire family. I remember hearing about this actually because I knew that obviously I was going to be talking about it, and I was like, holy shit, like, wow. There seems to be, unfortunately, a lot of cases just randomly pops up of just like random amounts of, sneeze, bless me, random amounts of like homicides against like fathers against their families, and I'm like, that's concerning. Why does that keep on happening? But it probably there's like a phenomenon, or however you say it, of like when you learn a new word, you end up seeing it everywhere. So maybe because of the fact that I learned about this, I'm now seeing the patterns more. But it's always been like I don't know. Koo Jun-yup, who was Bobby Sue's husband, actually visited her grave every single day, and I'm like, I really feel sorry for him, because if you don't know the kind of case or like that whole situation, Barbie ended up actually getting together. This was a while ago. Together, like Koo Jun-yup and Barbie Sue, I think they were together in school or something. They broke up, and then she got together with a different person, and then obviously when they got divorced, Koo Jun-yup and Barbie ended up getting together, and then Barbie passed away quite suddenly. Like, I believe that's the story. I cannot remember for the life of me if like that is actually fully true, because it's been a while since I learnt about it. But yeah, honestly, that dude's going through so much. I feel really bad for him. And last up with for passings, we have director Kim Hee-gon, and has passed away at the age of 56. I believe it was yesterday, so on the 29th. So I do hope that all of these people are able to rest easy now. We do have fun few weddings. So former YG producer Kush is to marry Girl Generation's Yuri's cousin called Vivian in October. Barbie Sue's ex-husband is getting married to someone who is 16 years younger than him. Do you remember when I found that out? I was like, what do you mean Koo Jun-yup is getting married again? Like, wow, wife's only just died. But no, it was actually properly read it, and I was like, wow. Even so, that's a bit soon into it. Your ex-wife has just passed away and you're already getting married. I mean, I guess because obviously they're not married anymore, that it is technically within his legal right to do so. Eyebrow raising sort of situation. It's just like, really? You're gonna get remarried like right now when it's only been like 2 months? But I guess like it's something that obviously I'm not gonna understand. Being obviously I've not gotten married, and also being autistic, not really fully understanding people's intentions like that. But that just does not make any sense. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. But okay. Former LPG member Kim Sirion is to get married to a French entertainer, Robin Arnia, I believe that's how you say. And actors Lee Tae-kyun and Woo Ji-hyun are to get married soon. Also, just before we get on to the company changes and contract renewals, everything that is said in the news from this point on, so 2 p.m. on the day of recording on the 30th, will be put into May's month in review. So just in case you're like, oh wait, Sophie, this happened at the end of the month, like, why didn't you say? That's why. So Ambo Hun has joined AM Entertainment. BOL4 on Ji Young has left Shofar Entertainment after 10 years. TVXQ and Kangta have both re-signed their contracts with SM Entertainment. Red Velvet's Wendy and Yeri have left SM Entertainment, and Girl Generation's Sunny has joined A20 Entertainment, which is Lee Soo-man's agency, and she is in a producer role. And when I found that out, I was like, well, of course Sunny's gonna join her uncle's company. Like, of course she is. How is this a question about whether or not she's going to join or not? Like, honestly, it always just makes me laugh whenever people are like, oh, why is she still supporting him? I'm like, I can't remember off the top of my head fully what happened, but I'm like, when it comes to family, you sometimes just kind of blindly support, or at least like you are more willing to support a new venture. I don't know. I digress. So no, I wasn't surprised when the news came out. It was more surprising actually that she became a producer more than like signing as an artist. But I guess, she wants to continue being a Girl Generation member instead of doing her own solo stuff. So okay, fair enough. Yeah. Chu Woo Jae joins CAM. Kim Hanul signs with Billions after IOK Entertainment. Firestar signs with Management Spring Day to resume their activities as a group. Jang Hyun Sun signs with Amplify to resume activities. Momoland members have signed with Inyeon Entertainment to continue group activities there. Oh my god. They have an ex-member called Daisy, right? And I fully understand why, she wanted to leave. I fully understand why she might not like talking about K-pop anymore. But girl, oh, she's on a thin line with me because she keeps on saying that she doesn't want to be involved in K-pop and she doesn't want to talk about Momoland. But yet, her highest performing videos are ones where she talks about K-pop. I'm like, you are clearly not reaching the best audience, so maybe you should try and pivot into something a little bit different so then you don't keep on harping on about something that you explicitly said that you didn't want to harp on about just as like a random little thing, Like I don't really know if I should talk about like lesser known groups because less people listen to those episodes, but I sprinkle them in here and there because I want to talk about lesser known groups. And then I talk about, like, the Kim Soo-hyun controversy episode did extremely well. The Blackpink and Big Bang episode did really well. So I understand, like, what to talk about. Like, even though I want to talk about Nugu groups, I sometimes do sprinkle in the episodes that are more likely to do well. Like, I'm not stupid. I know how to, like, do this now after doing it for some time. Like, I seriously wonder what's going through that woman's head sometimes. Next, we have Lee Jung has signed with the Black Label. Pentagon's Jiko has left Cube Entertainment after 9 years. For Golden Child's member Jaehyun has signed with Ace Factory as an actor. Former Weekly member Cho Hae-won has signed with Key East Entertainment for acting. Hang Sung-yeon and Kim Hyun-jin has joined AER Entertainment. Red Velvet's Wendy has joined ASND, which is from Miss Nine's agency now. I had to think about that. Soo-hyun has left Namu Actors. Bam Bam has joined Halo Corporation. Vanna has left VT Entertainment and Clap Entertainment, despite them having a partnership their partnership was supposed to end next year, but they have terminated their contract, so we don't currently know what's going on with that. I did talk about it in their episode. I don't know whether or not that's come out though. Shin Hye-sun has joined management CISO. Super Junior's Sungmin has left SM after 20 years, and Lee Se-young has renewed her contract with her agency of 11 years. Anyway, moving on to ambassadorships. We have 5. So NCT Mark has become the ambassador of Tim Hortons in Korea. Mal's Gawon has become the ambassador for Prada. Ella, from the same group, has become the ambassador for Miu Miu. Boy Next Door has become the ambassador for FIVB Men's World Championship, which I have absolutely no idea what on earth that means. And Jung Ji-hyun, Han Ga-in, and Kim Yuna are in Samsung's campaign. Cool. I don't even know, I was just writing it down. And as for donations, Taehyung from BTS, also known as V, has donated 200 million South Korean won to the wildfires. I did talk a lot more about the wildfire donations in last month's review if you want to know the comprehensive list of everyone who's donated. Stray Kids have donated 800 million Korean won to the wildfires, and Moonbin and Sana's promotion earnings as a duo has been donated to the Yongsan Welfare Foundation. What's that when it's home? I would like to think that it's for mental health, but I don't currently know and it's not letting me have a look. Copy, paste. So the Yongsan Welfare Foundation plans to select and support about 20 in low-income, self-reliant youths and developmentally disabled youths in the... So Moonbin did actually say that he had a deep interest and affection for self-reliant and disabled youth during his time here with us, and in honor of his will, Fantasio donated the money. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. So, comeback announcements. Woo! The fun part of my job. Well, I didn't get paid for this, by the way. So Kai's album, Kai from EXO's album, was called Wait on Me. Modhouse announced a new release date for Burn, which was the 4th of April. Promise 9 might be having a June comeback. Kang Daniel's single comeback will be on the 9th, which 9th of April. Wonho Seokhyun is to debut as a soloist. Janabi will release a 4th studio album for 11th comeback anniversary, I believe that meant. Yuta is to release the first single, Twisted Paradise. G-Idol to make a May comeback on the 2nd with a single, I believe. Red Velvet, Sugi and Irene to make a comeback also in May. Mouth will be making a comeback on the 16th of May and have released a pre-release on the 28th of April, which I've yet to listen to, but I am hopeful. Jin will be making a May comeback with another album called Echo, and Hyphen will be making their comeback on the 5th of June. Boy Next Door will be having their comeback on the 13th of May. And Cat's Eye will be making a comeback on the 30th of April. So today, with a single called Gnarly. I did actually listen to it when me and my mum were having breakfast together. It's like I suddenly remembered because it was like 7 o'clock in the morning and I was so confused about what was going on. And I came and I was listening to it and I was like, it's weird, but it's like a good kind of weird. It's like it's freaky, but it's like my level of freak. And like so many people are absolutely dog shitting on the lyrics and kicking off obviously because Yoon Che is still 17. But I'm like, it has such like a Pussycat Doll type of vibe with like grunginess. And that's like the best way I feel like I can describe it. Like, I genuinely really enjoy it. And it is... I don't fully understand the whole, like, food aspect with it being gnarly. But maybe it's because of, like, some sort of cultural difference that I'm not fully understanding. But I liked it. And hopefully more people will see the charm in it. I don't know. Stray Kids will be releasing a new mini album in Japan on the 18th of June. Hyuna will be releasing a single. Kickflip are to have their first ever comeback. Do-young is going to be having a solo comeback. 17 will be releasing a comeback on the 26th of May, which will mark their 10-year anniversary. Bloom, which contains the 3 former members of 50/50, will be releasing their single. Oh, I've released their single album today, actually. Baekhyun will be having a May comeback. Triple S will be having a full group comeback in May too. Tableau is collaborating with RM from BTS. And Chandler is to be releasing his special solo album in China, which will also mean he is the first Dreamy to have like a solo album, which is cool. This is like so strange and it could absolutely have nothing to do with it. But recently, I've just been kind of thinking about like comebacks and stuff. And I even said, I must have said it out loud or something, that Kickflip should have a comeback. And then it got announced that they were having a comeback. And I was like, is it because I spoke into the universe that this has happened? Or was it just that I somehow got a vibe sense, or like it was just gonna happen anyway? It could have just been happening anyway, but like it's just so strange that like I've been speaking into the universe and like things have actually been happening. Like, I don't believe in that sort of stuff. I don't believe in manifesting, but it's so strange that it keeps on happening. I don't like it. TXT are to be releasing a single. Day 6 are releasing a single on the 7th of May. P1 Harmony is to release their comeback on the 8th of May. And Maroon 5 is to release a single in collaboration with Lisa. Kim Do-hyun from IOI and Weki Meki is to release a soundtrack for Hisu in Class 2, which is a K-drama. Dio from EXO is to release a soundtrack for Resident Playbook. Jonghyun, Jihyo and Chaeyoung from Twice are also to release a soundtrack for K-pop Demon Hunters. Junho is to make his acting comeback under his own agency from 2PM. Highlight has reclaimed their old name of Beast and has released a song under it. Kim Se-ron's last project is to be released is a music video, and I thought it was a film that was being released posthumously. I don't know. And Flying is to release an album for their 10th anniversary. DKZ's Jaehan is to release a second mini solo album. Islet are planned to be having a mid-June comeback, and Hearts to Hearts is to be having their first ever comeback. For you, group additions, removals, and hiatuses, and this was so weird that I'd when I heard about this, because I was like, one of them. So I was like, wow, I just did an episode on them. So Secret Numbers, Leah, Dita, Ginny, and Minji have left the agency and the group. And Wibs, Jaya, Lee Jung, and Wonjun to go on hiatus due to personal reasons. And that was the one I was talking about. I was so confused. I was like, I just did an episode on them. Like, literally, it will come out in a few days. And I was like, wow, that's spooky. That's like some really weird speaking into the universe type of shit that's going on there. I really do not like it. Like, I don't believe in manifestation and all that. Great if everyone else does, but I don't. But like recently, it's just been like kind of getting a little bit out of hand. How often I keep on like saying something and then it just like kind of low key comes true a little bit. So I was thinking to myself, there's not a lot of like hiatuses and stuff. So like, do I just like combine it with another section? And then like that happens, that's announced. And I'm like, I really need to stop speaking into the universe because the universe just keeps on giving it to me. And I'm like, I don't want it. I want to return it. Okay, so group debuts and disbandments. So Skins, which is a virtual group, was supposed to debut this month. But has that happened? I actually don't know. Let's have a look. Yep, that's weird. Don't just write Skins into your search bar. So they did debut. Okay. They debuted with their digital single Young and Loud on the 10th of April. And their group stands for Synthetic Kinetic Infinite Next Gen Zenith, which means they are the next generation artists with infinite possibilities and break boundaries between virtual and reality. Okay, yeah. Oh, so I absolutely love how apparently it was announced literally on the day that I made the free episode that they were going to debut on the 10th. I love that for me. Maybe I should like get together all of the groups that are virtual groups and then just like rank them. You know what they should do? Should be extremely funny. Is just like, because obviously Plave, they are constantly known for having technical difficulties. They should just like get together all of these groups, all of like the technology, and just like set it at each other. Go for it. And just watch the chaos. That would be quite funny actually. Anyway, moving on. SM's new boy group will hopefully be debuting in 2025. Superkind disbanded on the 11th of April, and Modhouse have finally announced their boy group version of Triple S. Which is good. I love that. 80s have moving on to appearances, tours, fan meeting announcements, by the way. 80s have announced their new world tour. Park Bo Young has announced a fan meeting tour after 20 years. Girls' Day Hyeri announces dates and cities for her first solo fan tour. Sun Si-kyung will not be doing his concert series Wedding Song this year because he wants to have a rest, which I'm like, fair enough. EXO will be having their a fan meeting this year, and Astro are planning to have a concert with 5 members, and it was recently announced the dates, but I'm not searching it up because I don't want to. Actor Gong Myeon is to host his first ever fan meeting. Rowoon will be having a fan meeting on the 31st of May. Twice is to perform as a special guest for Coldplay, and Woods has been added to the Summer Sonic 2025. Despite his dating rumors with Kim Se-ron, I'm like, just let this girl rest, please. She's gone, just let it go. Like, obviously, I don't mean like the Kim Se-hyun stuff. Like, he needs to be reprimanded. But I'm like, please stop speculating on who like might have been her partners. Sorry, who might have been her partners in the past. Like, honest to God, it's tiring. I'm tired. I don't want to hear about it. Jin from BTS has announced his first ever solo tour, and Taeyong's Japan concert has been cancelled because the equipment has not arrived, and SM won't be rescheduling it. I was just checking on the cats and they have curled back up together. Doyoung has announced his solo concert, and Close Your Eyes have announced their first fan meeting tour. TWS is to have their first ever concert. Apex is to have a concert in China, which will be the first K-pop group, to hold a concert in Japan since the ban on K-pop has been lifted, which is good. N.Flying is to hold a concert for their 10th anniversary, and Baekhyun will also be having a solo concert himself. Moving on to military service, just one here. Winners Minho has admitted to poor service and might have to serve again. And legal action. Yay. The fun part. First up we have G-Dragon's agency, Galaxy Corporation, has announced legal action against malicious posts. Lee Sung-gi has won his lawsuit against Hug Entertainment for unpaid royalties. Hybe America is being sued by a contemporary artist. Yoon Young-sok's tax fines have been reduced from 7 to 3 billion South Korean won. Etuk has warned Sasangs from trespassing into his home. Sleepy has announced a lawsuit against his former agency. 100 has announced legal action for Sunu from The Boys due to his weird AirPod controversy, which I don't understand why it's a problem. TR's Ashram has been sentenced for defrauding people, and Baekhyun's agency has filed a complaint for online harassment. Yu Young Jae's has been sentenced for raping his ex-wife's sister. I love how I'm just breezing past it. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that. Lee Jin-ho, who stole 100 million South Korean won from Jimin, has been prosecuted. Robber of Park Na-rae has been arrested, and his case has been forwarded to the prosecution. G-Idol has announced legal action against commenters. Baek Jong-won's case has been transferred to the Cheongnam police station. Park Hyo-shin has been sued for fraud, and this will be his 5th lawsuit in 9 years. Kim Ho-jong has lost his appeal, and his 2.5-year prison sentence still stands. JYP has announced legal action against phishing emails, which obviously isn't like actual phishing, but it's like techie stuff. Just search it up. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not like actual phishing. Former member of Made in Gaon is to sue her company, and a press conference has been held about. Okay, so New Jeans. Yay. Not everything has obviously been listed because I forgot and I don't care. New Jeans' fans have apologised to Adore's CEO, which I am very surprised about, and Adore has announced legal action against malicious commenters for New Jeans, and they have filed an appeal to reverse New Jeans. I believe, have filed an appeal to reverse court's order to uphold the decision for pausing activities, and I'm like, just let it go. And Kim Soo-hyun. Again, not everything's listed, because I don't really care. And also, there was just so much going on that I'm like, I don't even know how to even list it all. So Sully's brother does not think Soo-hyun has been truthful in his press conference, which I'm like, agree. And the Kim Soo-hyun Prevention Act has moved forward to the National Assembly. Woods has been suspected to be Kim Se-ron's ex-boyfriend, and Soo-hyun might have dated another person between 2017 and 2019. And he's currently being sued by advertisers for loss of revenue, which could be in the millions. So he is going to be sued into the ground. We love to see this. We love to see the downfall, because I am pissed off that I can't watch Queen of Tears. That show was amazing, but because of the fact that Kim Soo-hyun is in it, I can't watch it. That show was extremely good. Everyone else in the drama, wonderful. I have no gripes about them, but the fact that Kim Soo-hyun is the lead actor, I can't watch that anymore. So annoyed. I will be mad about it until the day I die. Taeyong, just one. entry in this for this month, which is good. The court date has been set for the 12th of May, which is when I go on holiday. But I will be keeping track of that because it's going to be interesting. Okay, last section. Other. The Clarity members have opened their personal Instagrams. Han Ga-in is to return to acting after 7 years. Close Your Eyes' fandom name has been announced to be Closer. Kiss of Life's agency has given apology due to Julie's live broadcast for her birthday. Yu Ah-in's film is to premiere in June, and he is going to be sitting out of all promotions. Yoon Suk-yeol has been removed from office, which is the former South Korean president. Kiss of Life members have made a handwritten apology. Boa has apologised for her drunken livestream. The SHINee members have been celebrating Jonghyun's birthday. I believe he would have turned 36 or 35. Kakao might be selling Kakao Entertainment. Jung Hyun Mo has also apologised for the drunken livestream with Boa. 2PM's Junho and Ives Wonyoung is to host the 2025 Asian Artist Awards. Jong of K&K has been unable to attend fan meeting due to health issues. Taeyu is retiring from acting at age 33. He is a C-drama actor. Lisa and Jennie are performed solos at Coachella, and Hypen also performed at Coachella. P1 Harmony has released a new version of their Lightstick. Shinhwa's Eric and his wife now have 2 children. Taemin's agency denies dating rumours. Debut plans, Seokjun has left a survival show. And the best one of the other ones. Just Be member Bane has come out as a member of the LGBTQIA community. His group handmates have been very supportive. I watched the video and I did not understand what he said, but he did announce that he was gay. And he even said, like, afterwards, his members explained about how Bane came out and said that they've known for about 2 years and that Guyon was the first member that he told. And then apparently Jimin, the group leader, just came out of it and was like, Bane, are you gay? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, it fills my heart, you know? But like, people are being so unbelievably supportive, and I've not seen any negative comments, so I do hope that they are not occurring and that he feels comfortable being his true, authentic self. So John Somi has finally announced the name of her fandom, and she is having a Lightstick. Rise and NCT Wish is joining Dear You Bubble. Kiki has announced their fandom name as T. BB has revealed her Lightstick design, and Stacey has made a book that was designed by the members. Tao and Gyun Xiaotong have reportedly broken up, and Hive Latin America is to release a band audition show in June. Fully has cancelled Taeyong's Tokyo performance concerts that I just said, and Sungbin to replace Kang Daniel in hosting Street Woman Fighter. Sungbin from Hanbin. Zero Base 1. So LE SSERAFIM's Yeonjun to sit out of upcoming schedule due to health. She's been experiencing lower back pain during practice and has been having difficulty with movement, so she's not going to be at the fan sign on the 1st and the 2nd of May, which is unfortunate. I hope she is feeling better soon. Thank you as always for listening, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye!